What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are checking out 5 holiday greetings I only heard after moving to America. So these are probably going to be some American greetings. There's probably going to be some weird ones, as I'm guessing. So let's see what these are. If you're American, you probably know about them, but I have no clue about them. So let's see my reaction to these, yeah? Let's get straight into it, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to holiday greetings. Specifically, holiday greetings that I only heard after moving to the United States. And as somebody who comes from a country with its own selection of greetings at this time of year, such as Happy Guy Fawkes, Happy Remembrance Day, Happy Belated Birthday Wishes, Lawrence, don't worry, it's not until the 18th. I was surprised to find that not only do some of these greetings not exist in the United States, but that the United States has its very own. And so, since we are at that time of year again, I thought I'd look at those greetings that are uttered by Americans during November and December.
Yeah, November, December have a lot of holiday greetings. Christmas is coming up, New Year's, Boxing Day, a lot of things. Happy Veterans Day.
So a fun fact for those of you that like facts that are fun, I moved here on November the 10th, 2008. That is the very day before today, except 14 years ago. And today, for those of you who don't know, is November 11th. This is all elementary stuff, but on November 11th, both countries, the United Kingdom and the United States, hold observances pertaining to the military. And so in the UK, you might hear the phrase Happy Remembrance Day. And officially, this is observed to
We've heard that one before.
honour those that died in the line of duty. But most of us use it to give remembrance specifically to those that died in World War I. After all, November 11th was the date on which the armistice was signed, declaring the end of World War I. But on my second
And on Remembrance Day, we put on those puppies just to show respect on that.
day living in the United States, I was wished a happy Veterans Day. And at first I was thinking, ooh, what happened to Remembrance Day? Did Americans just, forget? Well, first of all, it turns out that if somebody wishes you a happy Veterans Day, which is not as common as hearing something like Happy Thanksgiving, but you might hear it in the workplace or read it on a promotional email from, I don't know, Bed Bath & Beyond. And it serves a slightly different purpose to Remembrance Day in the United Kingdom. Essentially, it's to honour all US military veterans, except for those that were dishonourably discharged. So that was weird to me finding that out, because while it is held on November the 11th, aka Armistice Day, it doesn't specifically seem to pertain to the end of World War I. But I was doing a bit of reading on Wikipedia, and I discovered that this has not always been the case. Veterans Day does have its origins in World War I. In fact, it was only after the end of World War II that Veterans Day became the official name for the federal holiday. Prior to that, it was known as Armistice Day. Anyway, depending on my viewer demographics, Happy Veterans Day or Happy Remembrance Day.
Alright, interesting. Happy Turkey Day. No, bro, no, just no. Happy Turkey Day? What is that supposed to mean? Is it like, okay, I'm gonna take a guess, yeah? Is it like after Christmas, all the turkey that's left over, and they just, sit down, eat all the leftovers, and they just call it like Happy Turkey Day? Is that what it's meaning? Let's check it out.
We move on to a quite different holiday, but basically this was the first family holiday that I experienced after moving to the US. And while the common greeting for the holiday in question is Happy Thanksgiving, I didn't want to include that in here because one, I'd heard that in films before, and two, there are other countries, of course, that have Thanksgivings and thus use that phrase. Instead, I wanted to look at a couple of phrases that aren't as well known outside of the United States, but that still pertain to Thanksgiving. And one of those is Happy Turkey Day, and that's usually uttered by an uncle or someone who's just trying to be folksy or funny and make light of the day. Because at Thanksgiving, you eat turkey. Really is that simple. Funnily enough though, it doesn't seem that America does this for other holidays, like for the 4th of July saying Happy Apple Pie Day, although that is really a mouthful, especially if you've got apple pie in your mouth. So I suppose in that sense it does make Happy Turkey Day a unique greeting even in the United States. And in fact, this is something that I discovered in the days and weeks after moving here. They have another greeting that pertains to both the turkey and the eating of said turkey, and that greeting is this.
Gobble,
yes,
gobble.
gobble, gobble, and I don't know why my hands are still up. Gobble, gobble is a term that I actually did hear before moving to the US in the film Planes, Trains and Automobiles. It's that scene where Steve Martin is at the end of his tether, he's gone to get his rental car.
Never seen this film.
And the woman at the desk is on the phone to presumably a family member or something like that, and she uses the term gobble, gobble before hanging up.
Gobble, gobble.
And as a kid, I just thought that was a weird, funny phrase that was unique to that person. And then
That is a weird phrase though. Just imagine going up to someone. Gobble, gobble. Like, that's weird.
I want to say a couple of weeks after moving here, somebody, probably that same uncle, uttered the phrase gobble, gobble. And I stood there increasingly overwhelmed by the amount of culture shocks that had come my way, and probably said something along the lines of, "What are we doing, guys? Can we not just use the word eat?" And the whole room went silent at that point. Oh, but Lawrence, you've got so much to learn about the ways of the Midwestern people. Firstly, Lawrence, said my uncle, but in an American accent, gobble doesn't just mean to eat, it's also the sound that a turkey makes. Right. So what you're saying is the first gobble in the phrase gobble gobble pertains to the turkey, and the second gobble pertains to us eating it. Well, the first problem there, Uncle Jethro, is that I don't want to think about the turkey being alive when I'm about to eat it. So if we could just refrain from using that phrase, or simply just say gobble, that would be fine by me. Get out is what came next, and I haven't spoken to Uncle Jethro since. I just made him up in my head.
Wow, that's an interesting holiday right there though.
You might be wondering why I've included a New Year greeting when the whole world celebrates New Year, and that's because there's a very subtle difference in the terminology. Some Americans, instead of wishing me Happy New Year, have often been known to wish me Happy New Year's. And at first this was really bewildering to me because, you know, I did the maths and I worked out that the coming year is a singular year, not plural. But once I put the drinks down and went to Wikipedia again, or whatever the 2008 version was of Wikipedia, it was still Wikipedia, I discovered that they weren't pluralizing New Year, they were using the possessive, and then I thought to myself, what would possess them to do that? Well, the most likely answer is that when Americans say Happy New Year's, it's just really a shortening of Happy New Year's Eve or Happy New Year's Day. And that got me scratching my brain, you know, not literally, that'd be weird, there is a scalp. Do we have an equivalent of that concept in the UK? Well, maybe not on New Year, but on those days that pertain to saints. I have been known, as have people of my kind, to say things like, what are you doing for St. Patrick's? What are you doing for St. George's? But because St. Patrick is famously one person, I think it's pretty obvious that we're not pluralizing in that situation. Whereas a year could be millions of years. So it messes with the brain a little bit until you know a bit more.
All right, that was interesting. What did you say?
And then there's the very general term Happy Holidays, which seems to cover all of them, really, but is most widely associated as a kind of stand-in for Merry Christmas. And my earliest memory of having to use this term in America is when I worked at a call center for a phone company. And during the holiday season, instead of saying things like Happy Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, etc., they wanted us to say Happy Holidays. That way, everyone's included, nobody gets upset, and we all go home happy, except people did get upset. It turns out that according to Sheila Barrett, who swears she only called in to talk about her phone bill, that the term Happy Holidays is a direct attack on Christmas. Oh, right. Sorry. I thought I was just being nice. But for the record, I can say Happy Christmas if you want. All right, Merry Christmas then. Back away. Anyway, season's greetings to everybody, including Sheila. I'm Lawrence Brown. You can follow me on Twitter, right? That hasn't completely imploded yet. At Lost in the Pond US. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
That was brilliant, guys. That was totally brilliant. Well, as it's holidays coming up, okay, we're a bit early, so I'm going to wish you happy holidays. I said here as well. Early happy holidays. But guys, that was interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It truly helps with the YouTube algorithm. And we'll be seeing you on the next video. Peace out.